Do you constantly feel stressed about money? I understand. Been there, done that. I still remember it as a feeling that made me sick to my stomach. Bet you feel the same way. But it doesn't have to stay like that forever. I'm not here to waste your time, and you're not going to hear me saying things like you need to cut back on lattes and stuff. I'm not going to feed you with some AI-generated content on how to stop being poor either. I'm going to tell you what really moved the needle for me. And by move the needle, I mean what helped me to go from being $45,000 in debt to now being completely debt-free and making thousands of dollars on the internet every month. My name is Rich Life Ricky, and I show you how to set your money game straight and live your rich life. The first reason you're still poor is because you have a scarcity mindset. As opposed to having an abundance mindset, a scarcity mindset limits your beliefs. It narrows your possibilities. Everybody is doing online business these days. YouTube is saturated. I'm too late in the game. I'm old. There's no way I can quit my job and start my own thing. Do any of these statements sound familiar to you? That's your scarcity mindset talking. If you don't get rid of your scarcity mindset, none of the things that I will share with you today will help. That's why you got to adopt an abundance mindset. If they could do it, I can do it. There are billions of people using the internet. I can definitely find some customers there. Best time to start was 10 years ago. Second best time to start is today. If there is a will, there is a way. Now, this is your abundance mindset talking. Listen, if I hadn't adopted an abundance mindset, then I wouldn't be where I am today. If I instead were fooled by my scarcity mindset, I would, to this day, be stuck in my boring accounting job making love to spreadsheets. Pray I would maybe get a raise next year because my current pay is not enough to live my rich life. Go bald, grow a beer belly, and tell my 2 children that the only activity we can afford on weekends is pizza and movies. I hope you got the message, because having a scarcity mindset is a major reason you're still poor. What's next? Your environment. Yes, after you are done fixing your mindset, you got to fix your environment. Here's what I mean. I used to hang out a lot with my college buddies. It was fun going out for drinks and having a blast together. But we're not in college anymore. We got jobs, families, children, obligations, commitments, and so much more. While my college bros are the greatest people to hang out with, and I love them up to this day, I had to stop spending so much time with them. Why? Because they didn't contribute to my rich life. And remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. And me, I didn't want to be your average beer-drinking fella, spending Sundays hungover, having mediocre relationships, and fair incomes. I wanted to live my rich life. Take my family abroad on 2-week vacations, at least twice a year, wear nice clothes, and not worry about money. And to do so, I needed a different environment, one that I'm proud to be an average of. And so, I made friends with some successful entrepreneurs. I have mentors and coaches who can guide me toward my dream life, and I have business partners with whom we share common goals. But Ricky, I live in a small town, and we don't have much talent over here. Remember, I said to change your environment, and that's not limited to your circle of friends only. You're not a tree. Move to a bigger city. Move to another country. Don't limit yourself. If you don't fix your mindset or change your environment, then you're going to stay poor. And my next tip won't do you any good either, which is focus. Have you heard of such thing as shiny object syndrome? It's a phenomenon where you stay distracted by all the available opportunities around you, and so you jump from one idea to another all the time. You want to know the reason why I was in so much debt? No, it wasn't because of student loans. It was because I had shiny object syndrome. I spent tens of thousands of dollars trying out Kindle publishing, copywriting, freelancing, print-on-demand business, virtual bookkeeping, Facebook ads, and whatnot. None of them worked. And before you jump in arguing that these business models that I tried are too saturated, outdated, and not profitable, let me stop you right away. That's not why. All these business models work just fine, and you can make a good living doing them. The reason those things didn't work for me is because of this 5-letter word: focus. I lacked focus. Trying to do all these things at the same time, spending money hectically, buying all these courses on different subjects from different coaches and gurus, didn't do much favor to me, except for leaving me broke. until I picked one thing and went all in on it. For me, that was YouTube. And that's how I accumulated most of my debt. I borrowed money from my sister to invest in my YouTube business, to hire talent, hire coaches, and buy programs, memberships, and subscriptions. Everything changed when I committed to doing nothing except YouTube until I saw my first results. And that was the starting point of my rich life. That's why you must commit to one thing and focus on that thing and nothing else. Forget about doing something on the side or running multiple ventures all at the same time. If you want to win big, you got to dive in, heads and toes. Commit all of you to this one business, one project, one venture. And be aware, you're going to be seeing ads on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube. Some new guy will appear on your screen promising you a brand new online business model you haven't heard of before, and this business is so simple that it will take you 20 minutes a week while earning you thousands of dollars every month. Ignore it. Focus on what you committed to. Remember, you only fail when you quit. If you keep going, there's no chance of failure. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. And just like you water the grass, you got to nourish your body. Ricky, are you talking about proper nutrition and exercise? Spot on. You know why? Because if you get your diet right and exercise every day, you're halfway out of your poor state of being. Look, I'm not here to give you the perfect weight training program or some magic diet that's going to give you a celebrity body. You all know what you got to do to stay in shape. And if you don't, there's a plethora of resources on the internet. What I'm going to tell you here is that way, and I mean way before I fixed my mindset and changed my environment and started making some real money, way before all of that, I made sure I felt physically good every single day. Back then, I didn't care so much about not being poor. I was 28. I had my accounting job, which paid me enough to go to parties, drink beer with my friends, and have fun. I knew that I felt unhealthy. I lacked energy and was tired all the time. And so I said enough. I started to exercise every day. I quit smoking. I stopped taking sugar, wheat, soda, and processed food. What does all of that have to do with me being poor, you may wonder? Well, listen, looking back in hindsight, I realized that if I hadn't actually started to focus on my physical shape back when I was 28, I wouldn't have the discipline to fix my mindset and focus on making my life better in any other area of my life. And so I realized that when you're poor and you want to fix that, you start with something not so obvious. Your body, your health, the food you consume. And believe me, none of what I said earlier will really work out if you're fat, lack energy, and your sleep routine is messed up. Your rich life begins with a healthy body and a healthy mind. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to say goodbye to your poor self. Oh, and one more thing. I never stopped learning. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel has greatly impacted my financial well-being. If you want to see how this book helped me to live my rich life, watch this video next.